Hey, welcome to Table Talk Thursday, part 2. We were interrupted by a phone call, so we're starting over. Okay, so I have Jessica Walls here, who is owner of Beauty by Jessica Walls in Harrisburg, North Carolina. So if you are in the Harrisburg, North Carolina area or anything surrounding, she is fantastic. Yes, give her a call. I'll actually have her give her contact information at the end of the video. So we have her here. We're talking about relationships this month, and we're talking about all types of relationships. We're actually doing it for 2 months because relationships are so extended. She here is a step parent, so we're going to dive in to the step parent issues and ask her some different questions on relationships with her stepchild and her spouse. We will run a little bit longer than 5 minutes today, so grab your coffee. We have our coffees, and or your beer or your wine, or whatever your vodka, whatever you choose to drink. We're almost to Friday, so you're allowed. Okay, we're going to get started, and take 2. What was the most difficult thing about dating a man with a child?
Well, for me, when I met my husband, at 20 years old, the hardest thing for me was having my friends and family accept the fact that I'm dating a guy who has a child, because they all see it as such a negative thing. They see a guy, he recently divorced, has a child, basically on their minds is, well, what's wrong with the guy, and, for the longest time, I keep telling him, I love him, I want to be with him, and that's all that matters. So, it took time, but, married him, after 5 years, and, have a child with him, have a family, so now, everyone loves him.
Good. And one of the things I touched in part 1 that I will touch on again too is that a lot of people nowadays have children. So it's very hard to meet a single, sorry, we live in an apartment, so all kinds of noises come from your walls. So it's more common to find a single person with a child than it is not. But I think we forget a lot of times that there's a lot of negative feedback, and it really impacts the immediate family, and we're going to talk about that here at one of the other questions. All right, now getting down to the nitty gritty. Do you believe that a step parent truly can look at a stepchild as their own?
Like I said in the first take, it's a really tricky question. It's a yes and no answer. I definitely view my stepchild as my own. I take care of her as my own. I love her as my own. But until you actually have your own biological children or child, your love for that child is very different compared to a love of a stepchild. So it's a little bit of both. But, I love my stepdaughter no matter what. I'll take care of her no matter what. So that's all that matters. So
yeah, I think tell all of our viewers, how old was Cadence when you met her?
She was 2 years old.
Okay, so as an outsider looking in, a lot of people have to remember that sometimes step parents come into a child's life 2, 3, 4 years into their development, and so a lot of that crucial bonding time is lost. So even though 2 is young and it's still a great time to build a relationship, it is also still 2 years missing of their first life, So
exactly.
I get that, and I'm sure, I don't think this is one of the questions, but I'm sure you can say too that having a child grow inside of you probably makes the bond stronger.
It is, yeah.
I know having a child, it's just weird to say it, something grows in you.
Yeah, exactly. But, nobody really understands until you actually have your own child.
Yeah.
That, like you said, that bond, you growing something that you created, you and, your partner created. Mm-hmm. And, that's just such an amazing experience, just experiencing, that child of yours growing and growing and growing, and actually seeing them, come from, a little, egg to, a baby, and watching them grow. So that's definitely one of the things that I, wish that I didn't miss in Cadence's life. I wish that, I've seen her when she was younger. I've seen her in pictures and videos. Yeah. But I just wish that I could actually experience seeing her, from younger to now. But it is what it is, God, had me meet her for a reason, at the age that she was, and had an important part in her life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I think so too. If you don't know, that is my daughter. We have the same daughter. So I'm the biological mother of Cadence, and that is the stepmother. So we're trying not to. I was trying not to share that till the end because we didn't want you to think that she's being not sharing it all because I'm the biological mother, but she is sharing it all. Trust me. Okay, the third question: what is the most difficult thing about being a stepmom?
That's a real tough question because it's, you always try to focus on all the positive things about being a step parent.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people, even on the outside, they, unfortunately, this does happen. They see a stepmother as, the evil stepmother from fairy tales.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, automatically they view, as, something negative, before they even get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's, one of the things that, I would say is, tough about being a step parent is pretty much like how people label you. They don't, even though they don't know you, they don't see you that as, someone who, takes care of the child, the best that you can, loves them, and everything, instead of knowing the real about, about you, they automatically see you as the evil, stepmother.
Yeah.